So you wanna be the king of games, but your matches all end the same. I've got just what you need. Feel free to SMD. Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, back with another episode of SMD, the quick and dirty way for filthy netdeckers to no-skill their way up the Master Duel ladder. Today we're looking at Thunder Dragon. But first, this video is sponsored by Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck. Looking for a place that anyone can upload Master Duel decks and get feedback from the community? Want to give opening Master Packs a try without spending real money? Want to know the gem cost of a deck before you decide to invest? Then check out www.ygoprodeck.com. Now let's take in Thunder Dragon. Thunder Dragon is a deck that I wake up every day and thank God isn't legal in the TCG. Back in 2018, so new information for the 4-year-old Farfa viewers in the audience, Thunder Dragon was 2 decks, a Link Spam deck called Crusadia Thunder Dragon, and a Floodgate deck that centered around this asshole, Thunder Dragon Colossus. There was never really a consensus about which of these 2 decks were better. They both excelled at different things, but the jury was in on this card being a problem, and it was banned in the TCG at the end of TOS format. But Master Duel is a pathway to many abilities some would consider to be monkey flip. Colossus is limited here, so let's get some use out of it while we can. By jamming the deck to the brim with powerful Thunder Dragon monsters, then filling the gaps with powerful Chaos monsters, we can make a deck that can lurch this big purple mistake across the finish line to Platinum. Now I do want to stress, this is probably not an optimal list. Ideally, that Chaos creator should be a 3rd Thunder Dragon Matrix. But he's just so dang fun. So with that, let's get into the card by card. 2 copies of Thunder Dragon Matrix. This card's very good and your primary way of triggering Thunder Dragon Titan, so you should play a 3rd copy. I'm not, because I don't want to cut any of these individual cards, despite the fact that we're playing one that's terrible. We've got 3 Max C, 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, the Master Duel Tax, 1 apiece of White Dragon Wyvern Burster and Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. Now, if we were a better deck, we'd be playing more copies of these, but you don't really want to see more than these 2. A Chaos Space gets you both of them, and you can put one back into your deck using the Chaos Space after you summon the second one to ensure that the train keeps rolling. You're never really going to go past turn 3 or 4 anyway. We've got 3 copies of Aloof Lupine. This card on normal summon can banish a monster from your hand, then banish a monster from your deck with the same type as that monster. This, plus any Thunder-typed monster, is full combo, the best normal summon in the deck by far. After that is 3 Thunder Dragon. I can't believe that this card is really good in the deck, but it's very, very good as a way to get Thunders into the graveyard and protect your Thunder Dragon Colossus and Thunder Dragon Titan, a way to trigger Titan on your own turn, and a way to trigger the hand effect that you need to activate to summon the Colossus via its own effect. We've got 3 copies of Thunder Dragon Dark. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard or banished, you can add a Thunder Dragon card from your deck to your hand. It's also a quick that just adds another copy of itself, a way to trigger Titan. 1 copy of Thunder Dragon Hawk. This can be discarded to special a Thunder Dragon that is banished during your graveyard. Unfortunate that it's only at 1 copy, but that's the price we pay for a Colossus. Speaking of a card that is weirdly limited, Thunder Dragon Roar is at 2. It can be discarded to add a Thunder Dragon that is banished during your graveyard back to your hand, and that's a Thunder Dragon card, which includes Thunder Dragon Fusion. Additionally, if it's banished or sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special a Thunder Dragon monster from your deck in defense mode, usually Dark. Then we've got 1 copy of Duo, 1 copy of Levineer, and 1 copy of Chaos Creator. All of these can be searched with Chaos Space, and none of them are that good, if I'm being particularly honest. I just really like this card and I wish it was playable somewhere. 1 copy of Gold Sark is full combo on its own. Instant Fusion has been dropped from many lists in Master Duel, but I still think it's valid. 3 copies of Allure of Darkness. This is both a way to dig deeper and a combo starter. 2 Thunder Dragon Fusion. You can activate this card to fusion summon a Thunder Fusion monster from your extra deck by shuffling the fusion materials into the deck from your field, your graveyard, or your face-up banished card. A great way to get these powerful limited and semi-limited monsters back into rotation for future turns, and it banishes itself to search on any turn it wasn't used. We've got 3 Chaos Space, 2 Called by the Grave, and triple Infinite Impermanence. In the extra, we've got Kaminari Attack, just randomly a good instant fusion target that happens to be a Thunder. Thunder Dragon Colossus, which prevents your opponent from adding cards from their main deck to their hand except by drawing them. This card has protection from battle and card effects. This one only has protection from card effects, but how is your opponent attacking over a 3200 attack point monster anyway? This card, when you activate the hand effect of a Thunder monster in the hand, you can destroy a card on the field, but it's a when you can. So if your opponent activates something in response to your activated hand effect, this will not be able to make its activation timing work. As a result, you have to be very specific about when you are destroying things. 1 copy of Linkuriboh, 1 copy of Striker Dragon. You're linking this off for one of your Chaos Dragons so you can get the other one. 1 Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. This is your end board for the Chaos Dragon line. The Chaos Dragons are more powerful in this deck, not as extenders, but as ways to banish your individual Thunder Dragons and get value off of them. You need something to make the end of them, and I've heard this is an FTK. We've got Nightmare Phoenix, IP Masquerena, Cross Sheep, very good in a deck that fuses as much as this one. Speaking of, Verte Anaconda, 1 Unicorn, 1 Apollosa, 1 Access Code Talker, and I'll be honest with you, this deck has a lot of room in the extra for random shenanigans. You could play a Summer Summoner here, but I'm playing Underworld Goddess of the Closed World because I don't trust any of you to not show up with Crooked Cook. So with that, let's see how it plays. This deck is actually really difficult to find footage for because so many decks can't play under a Thunder Dragon Colossus. A ton of the replays just end up looking like this, but we're going to do our best. Our match is against the other TD, True Draco. Often you don't get a lot of good back and forth between your deck and another one just because of the way Thunder Dragon Colossus locks out games, but this one goes long. Our hand is pretty good. We've got a copy of Instant Fusion and a Thunder Dragon, which does do it. We'll trigger Thunder Dragon to get 2 copies to play around Maxi. Here we're going to go for the Instant Fusion. Now, unfortunately, Colossus can't be made using a Fusion monster, so as they chain the Maxi, I know we're going to have to get a little bit crusty here. We'll summon a monster with Instant Fusion, then we will tribute that monster for a Thunder Dragon, which can then convert into a Colossus. This Allure of Darkness is alluring, but our chips aren't down yet, so we're just going to Colossus pass here. Our opponent's going to tribute over a skill drain for Dynamite Knight. Telegraphing, they have the second one. Oh boy. They'll set 3 and pass back to us. We will attempt to go to the battle phase only to meet the skill drain. They would never let this happen unless they had a True Draco Apocalypse. Okay, they're going to be able to destroy our monster. We take 1,200 in the process. We'll set 1 card. End of main, they'll trigger Apocalypse to go for a Majesty Maiden to pop our last remaining monster, and it's Allure time, baby. We got to go for it. We have no other option. We find off the top, oh my god, the best Dark in our deck. We'll banish Thunder Dragon Dark. We're going to add a copy of Thunder Dragon Fusion to hand, and I think we're favored from here. We can use Fusion. They'll Maxi. I think it's probably easier to fade 1 draw than 2 draws, so we are going to Ash Blossom here, and then we will go ahead and get ourselves a copy of the Thunder Dragon Titan. This is a huge behemoth that our opponent is going to have a really hard time outing, and more importantly, it gets the Thunder Dragon Colossus back into our extra deck. We're going to draw for turn. It's called by the grave. We're going to activate the Thunder Dragon Fusion. As long as that is an Apocalypse, we are smooth sailing. We'll trigger Hawk to get a copy of Roar, send the Roar to the graveyard to get a copy of Colossus, and then trigger the effect of the Roar in the graveyard in order to add from our deck to our hand the second Thunder Dragon Fusion. We're close to an infinite here. We're going to attack over their monsters, and I am feeling fantastic about this one. Realistically, what could 1 card be? All right, they're going to go for the Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix, and I mean, this is an additional card, but what could 1 card be? They'll draw a card off the top of their deck. It's Duality. Okay, this is 1 more card, but what could 1 card be? Okay, so there's the Pot of Desires. They're going to fire off the Pot of Desires, but honestly, what could 2 cards be? I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal. They're going to tribute over their Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix with the Dynamite Knight. They'll pop our Infip, and I mean, realistically, what could 3 cards be? Jesus, what an unbelievable setup. All right, we're going to attack. They're going to activate the effect of True Draco Apocalypse in damage step so we don't get the Redeclare. We do get to get in for 1,600. I'm just hoping they never find another monster, and the next draw is a monster. Fine, they're going to attack over Colossus. We'll take 1,200 here. They'll activate another card of Demise, but I'm still feeling okay about this one. We can activate Fusion here in order to put back both the Titan and the Colossus and the Hawk. We make Titan here. We have a Fusion in the Banished Zone, which means if we banish the Thunder Dragon Dark with this copy of White Dragon Wyver Burster, we can get Roar, which can use its hand effect to add back the Fusion. This means we'll always have a Titan on our side of the field, which I don't think our opponent can contend with. It's just too large unless they find the 3rd copy of Apocalypse and blow up their entire field every turn. From here, we're just going to go into the Black and White Dragon Collapse Serpent line so that we can also end on a copy of Hieratic Seal, which is just unbelievable in this game state. Our opponent will concede, and that was hard fought. So we're back with the deck, and there you have it. A really powerful option that gets a lot of mileage out of one of the very few Floodgate monsters in this format, not named VFD. See you next time.